So now we have switched on the Bluetooth mode by connecting the Exposimeter with the smartphone and making real-time measurements. And now we can see from the same distance that Exposimeter is sending each 5th second something around 4 milliwatts per square meter. So it's 1000 times more than the background radiation that we measured before. So
and the smartphone is connected to the meter right now through Bluetooth. That's the reason.
Maybe we switch it to the peak hold mode and check what is the highest reading. So we see that it only activates it in every 5th second, the Bluetooth radiation, and it's the peak hold mode is registering about 5.9, even more, 6.9 milliwatts per square meter. So this is the actual Bluetooth radiation from this unit. Maybe we switch, turn on the volume so we can hear the and now we hear the actual frequency modulation of the radiation pattern from the Bluetooth.
1600 Hertz pulse. So it's changing the channels 1600 times a second.
Now we switch into peak mode. To peak mode, and by pressing the button on the Exposimeter we can sever the Bluetooth connection. So even if the smartphone is asking for the data, it does not get any, because one push of the button finishes the connection. So now we see only the background radiation. And the smartphone is having error messages. Unfortunately, EME Spy Android has stopped. So we say okay, do that, and now next we switch on the Exposimeter as it is intended to use. We press the button and hold it on for a while, and the light comes up indicating that the Exposimeter is going into the logging mode. So now it will start to log at every 4th second, and there is a blinking light that is indicating the logging mode, and we see that there is no Bluetooth radiation during this mode. The meter is showing the background radiation of how much? 5 microwatts per square meter, as we had before. It can
so now we have the amplifier here, so it makes plus 20 dB higher signal, and when we look at this logger EME Spy, we should see when it increases this level, but it does not. So I don't see there any possibility that this is creating any extra Bluetooth signal right now.
So the only moment while we were able to get some...
There was something. One question.
Yeah?
How about the laptop?
The Bluetooth is switched off here.
Okay.
Because
I hear something.
But it's some sort of distant device, because it's very far. Because if... Okay. Would you hold that? show the picture. So I will now switch off the unit by opening the battery door, so there is no power in the unit. And you see that the Bluetooth radiation is
coming
continuing.
from neighbor somewhere elsewhere.
So, so let's wait for a second. Yes, we hear the same Bluetooth burst that is coming from some distant device. So actually this 3 microwatts that we were measuring before, it was from another device somewhere. Because
we still have one device with Bluetooth on here somewhere.
Because if it's such weak signal, it cannot be any way from this unit, because otherwise it would not be able to operate with the smartphone in such low level. So I think we have now learned that the Exposimeter is only emitting Bluetooth when it's connected to the smartphone, and on any other regime it's only maybe listening to the Bluetooth and activates its beacon when the smartphone is establishing a connection. And yes, that is the case. Thank you very much.